You might think the only thing you can do in the garden this winter is stare at it from your window. But there's actually lots you can do, and you can save a ton. Here are the 3 ways I've been gardening this winter, and I'll give prices as I go so you can see how I'm saving. To compare prices with what you might expect to spend shopping at a nursery in the summertime, I'm going to assume a price of $10 for nursery bought perennials and $30 for shrubs. Okay, here we go. First, buy small. Late fall into early winter is a great time to plant trees and shrubs, and you can buy them online well into the fall. Back in November, I bought 2 1-gallon pagoda dogwood trees from Direct Native Plants, just before they did their last call on fall orders. Buying small makes planting fast, so you can get back inside and cozy up. Buying small also saves you money on the plants and makes shipping cheap, and you usually have access to a wider range of plant varieties when shopping online than you might find just buying from your local nursery. I'm working on building up a shade garden under a mature tree, so planting small trees and shrubs helps me fit them in the tight spaces between existing roots. I spent a total of a little over $64 on these 2 trees, so comparing that with what I'm estimating from the nursery, we're pretty much breaking even so far. But that's not bad, and I'm really excited about these awesome little trees that our local nurseries didn't carry. Number 2, winter sowing. You can save a ton of money starting plants from seed. Many perennials require a few months in cold, damp weather to break down the seeds before they'll germinate in the spring. So fall is a great time to sow seeds directly into the ground, or you can also sow into containers. When you buy seeds, they'll tell you how many months they need to be cold stratified, and then you just leave your containers outside during those months. And come spring, those containers will act like little greenhouses. Last winter, I grew 2 varieties of mountain mint as well as some little blue stem, all by winter sowing using our old juice containers. I'm doing some winter sowing again this year, but since we haven't gone through spring to see if the plants will germinate, I'll use last year's plants to estimate savings. I spent just over $15 for the seeds after shipping, and that amounts to about $1 a plant. That's a 90% savings. Number 3, buy bare root plants. Buying bare roots means you're just getting the root system of a plant, no dirt and no green growth. They're harvested when the plants are dormant and then put into a fridge until they're ordered and shipped. You can get anything from perennials to shrubs to trees, and you'll pay pennies on the dollar because they're so small and so much easier for nurseries to harvest, store, and ship. And again, you'll often have access to some harder to find plant varieties, especially if you're shopping over the slower winter months. You can plant anytime from fall through spring, depending on your zone and what you're planting. For under $16, I was able to get 8 bare root plants for this shade garden. That's a savings of about 80% over buying mature plants. For all of these winter gardening options, your plants can actually establish better than the ones you plant in summer, which I find sometimes can't even survive the heat and drought of their first year. Planting while they're dormant lets them start their root growth a few months early while they're not going through the stress of growing leaves and flowers. So no need to wait for the last frost date to start planting hardy perennials. If the ground isn't frozen solid, you can keep gardening and save a ton. To see more on winter sowing, watch this video next.
Hey, that was mine.
What's yours?
Dad.
Oh, did I steal your shovel?